Hi, this is Jeremy Moskowitz, Group Policy MVP and founder of PolicyPak software. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to lock down the Flash player. So let's get right to it. So I want to show you an interesting website, and it's called www.testmycam.com. Now, the interesting part about the Flash player is that even if you are running as a standard user, and you can see here I'm just a guy called East Sales User 1, just a regular user, not an admin, they can just click Allow and hi, everybody. That's right. So Flash Player can just immediately go ahead and grab your camera and microphone settings, letting all sorts of corporate data right out the door. I don't want to scare you too much, but this is a kind of a scary thing. So if you've got Flash Player deployed, you're going to want to manage Flash Player using PolicyPak to guarantee those settings so users can't work around them. And that is exactly what we're going to do today. So let me go ahead and close this window out. We'll come back to, actually, before I close this window out, let me show you the kind of confusing things that a user can unfortunately do. And again, regular user, they can right click and go to settings and click on all sorts of things here that maybe they shouldn't. That's not good. And they can also right click and go to global settings and gosh, a real nice confusing nest of things about storage, the camera and mic here, playback items as well, and advanced about updates. And oh, if they click on the check now button, what happens? Gosh, another web page shows up and they don't know where to go next. And even though there's a list here, how do they download it? Gosh, nice and confusing. You know, we don't want to be leaving it up to chance how a user interacts with the desktop. We want to guarantee it and lock it down. Same thing with this trusted location settings. Specify trusted location for developer testing. Gosh, do we really want users to have access to that button? Probably not. So what we're going to do is we're going to use PolicyPak to lock down our Flash player. So here we are on our management station. We're just going to create a GPO against a set of users or computers. We're going to manage Flash using group policy and PolicyPak. Right click, click edit here. And while PolicyPak can do a lot of things, the node you're interested in is the user side here, PolicyPak, and then you'll go ahead and pick Application Settings Manager. Now we've got two packs for Flash. We've got one that's for 32-bit, one for 64-bit. Just be sure to pick the right one for your situation. And then at this point, it's pretty easy. You can select all the items in here that you want. So for instance, if you want to ask before allowing new sites to save information, that's fine. But you can also define inside each of these categories exactly what to do by dictating things. So for instance, you can say that PolicyPak will ask, Facebook will allow, and Google will block. But you can also say that you will make the default block. So therefore, if anything new is added, it'll just guarantee to be blocked. You can also specify mode replace or merge. Merge says if the guy has something already configured on his machine, then take what he has and combine it with what you're delivering. Or most people will want to select replace, which is to say, I don't care what the user already has. My way is what goes, and just dictate that right for him. I'll go ahead and select that. For camera and mic, we can say go ahead and ask when if camera and microphone is recommended, but we can also, again, make the default block and allow, block, or ask specific sites. So you can see how this little language works here like that as well. And again, if the user already has anything configured, in this instance, I'm saying replace it with what I'm dictating. Okay, you can do the same thing for other items. I'm not going to go into all of them, but another fun thing is for updates, you can say never check for updates, and then check now. We don't want the user to check now, so we're going to disable the corresponding control, rip the knob off, so the user has no ability to manage that setting. And I can go to advanced and I can check trusted site locations if you want to. Again, you can specify these or not. You can rip the knob off or not. We've got a bunch of extras for you to take a look at. For instance, you want to turn on protected mode and lots of other items. We have them there as well. One thing about this is that if you're trying to do Flash with Chrome, we actually have a separate video specifically on how to set the NPAPI flags specifically in Chrome. So that's not in this video, that's in another video. But long story short, if you want to configure absolutely anything with regards to Adobe Flash, including ripping the knobs off and, like I said, setting up the configuration, we are the way to do that. So let's go ahead and verify that all of our settings made it over there. All we're going to do is run GP update on the endpoint, and I'll give it a second to finish here. And of course, this would happen as soon as you logged on as well, or just waiting around a little bit. Group policy will just naturally apply in the background. Now that that's done, let's close out the window, click on Flash Player, and let's see our result. So you can see that if it's set to block here, but even though it's set to block, we set it to ask me. So Flash doesn't always honor the thing you described, but trust us, it's actually really working. And you can see that by going here into the local storage setting. So the idea is that these settings are delivered in and are insured by PolicyPak. So, and the default will be block because that's what we said. If we go to camera and mic, and you can see that we've got a setting selected here, but underneath the hood, PolicyPak is driving in exactly which websites should do what item. And I showed you how you can rip the knob off here in updates. You can see check now is now grayed out. I ripped the knob off there, but maybe you want to rip the knob off here for local storage by site and also for camera and microphone. Let's just do that to finish off our video here. I'll go ahead and double click here. I'll go to local storage and site and I'll disable the corresponding control. I'll do the same thing for camera and mic. I'll disable the corresponding control. So the idea is that you can first check to make sure that PolicyPak is doing what we say we're going to do, and then take it one level notch higher and rip the knobs off so the users can't change them regardless. PolicyPak would deliver the settings in and ensure them regardless, but this gives you an additional layer of protection to make sure that the user can't manipulate it. Close this out, click on Flash Player, and let's see. Yep, sure enough, we've ripped the knob off there. Users can't manipulate that anymore. Same thing with this. So underneath the hood now, PolicyPak is delivering the settings, guaranteeing exactly what you set is what they are going to get. This is a very advanced feature in PolicyPak to help you manage the heck out of your Flash player on your endpoints. Hope this helps you out, and talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.